Hello everyone, sitting down with the head coach of men's soccer, Schellas Hyndman, as he is entering his final home game at the GCU Soccer Stadium tonight, as he will be retiring at the end of this spring season. So, Coach, 37 years is a long time to be a soccer coach, and you've had a illustrious career to say the least, but what made you get into coaching to start? Why coaching instead of going farther as a professional soccer player?
You know, that's a great question. I think when I came to this country, that I obviously had problems with the language, but I always felt that I was pretty athletic and I did well in sports. And the people that probably influenced me the most into getting into coaching were my high school coaches, who really took an interest in me and helped me and helped me get recognized for colleges. So I wanted to be just like them. I wanted to coach, have an impact on the sport, and also have a fantastic impact on the players that played for me. So that's what got me into coaching.
Now, you talk about the impact on the players. Is there a moment from the past 37 years that you can say, this is why I got into coaching?
Well, the perfect moment would be this year. Justin Rasmussen, he was a player that was a good club player, but I was not really sure that he would be a good college player. But he came in with a great attitude, and when I bring players in, I look at talent and I look at attitude. His talent was maybe a B level or high C level, but his attitude was always an A. With that, you get a player that's interested in getting better. With that, you get a player that's committed 12 months out of the year, not just the 3 months of the season. And every time I was giving him more and more information, he would take that information, come back a month later, 6 months later, and perfected it. And he's now turned out to be probably our most productive player in his senior year, goal-scoring leader of the team last year as well as this year. And he's turned his body in from a boy to a man. He's a great teammate. Everybody on the team respects him, likes him, and the coaching staff has recognized that. He's one of our captains. So I don't have to look too far back in my career. I can look right now and say probably the one that I feel that I have one of the greatest impact on is Justin.
Now, you are no stranger to taking teams transitioning to Division I or building a program into a powerhouse. You did it with Eastern Illinois to start, and then at SMU for 24 years, and now here at GCU in your 6th season. What has been the secret, I guess, to your success to being able to build that program into a national power and keep them in that conversation?
Well, I think first of all you have to have a purpose, and my purpose has always been to make the team as good as they can be. Now, a lot of things get into that. You have to get the right players, you have to have the support from the university, and you have to find success. And all those programs were very successful because I had the right players, I had support from the universities, and I had the ability to play the schedule I wanted to play. So when Eastern Illinois, went 3 times in 7 years to the Final Four, twice in Division II, in our first year in Division I, we went straight to the NCAA finals, the quarterfinals, I should say, the Final Four as well. So when you look at how Eastern Illinois did the first year in Division I, that was a makeup of some wonderful players who were all committed to perform. When I went to SMU, they were a decent program. It wasn't like they were terrible. They were a decent program, and they very seldom has ever sniffed the NCAA tournament, and we got in the first year. I think the 24 years I was there, we got into the NCAA tournament 23 times. So we were able to build an unbelievable team, but more importantly, an unbelievable structure, team culture, where players wanted to come play for us. With GCU, it's a program that was really coming from Division II. So it was a big leap to get into Division I, into the NCAA tournament. We did that 2 years ago by winning our conference. It's easier now to recruit. I think we have better developed players when they come to us. They're already pretty developed, and now we just put them into a team structure. But I think it always comes from the leadership. What is your purpose? We want to find success. We want to have good people and good players. We want them to be respectful. We want them to be a positive influence towards the university. So I think we've been able to stay on those things.
When you come out tonight, are you going to have a flood of emotions? Is it going to hit you when you walk out of that tunnel for the last time here at the soccer stadium, or will it not hit you till the end of that final whistle?
You know, I think I'm a pretty seasoned person. I think I'm a pretty hard-nosed, been around a bit, but I think I also have a tremendous soft part in my heart. And I think this game will be very emotional for me. But again, I probably won't show it, but just talking about it now, I'm already getting emotional. It's, you know, when you do something for so long a period of time and it's going to come to an end, it's going to come to an end. Now, I do have a few games to play on the road, but this environment here, the support that I have here, walking out with the players, potentially the last time that we'll ever walk out together for a home game, it's going to mean a lot to me.
So, Coach, final question. When you look back on those 37 years, what is your one takeaway that you would take from the last 37 years?
Ooh, I think the one takeaway for me would be something that you wouldn't expect. When I count the tremendous records and the success, I'm walking away with that. When I think about the losses we had and the heartbreakers at an NCAA final or a quarterfinal game, they're here. They're still here. But that's not what I'm going to be thinking about. I try never to forget a player in my lifetime. The thing that I will never forget is the young men that played for me. From the first team that I ever coached, 1976, to the last team I ever coached, those players mean a lot to me. And I'm so happy to say that I'm in tremendous contact with them. When I made my announcement that I was retiring, and it was sent out throughout the United States, I had 212 texts within the first 24 hours. I'm happy to say most of those texts were colleagues that I coached against, but the majority of them were players. Players that wishing me the best, tell me stories that they had. It almost took me down a memory lane. So that means a lot to me. And I know this team that'll be going out playing tonight will also know how much it means to me.
Well, Coach, thank you for your time. You've had an outstanding career. You've made a huge impact, and it has been a pleasure getting to talk to you over the last 3 seasons. And going into your final home game, I wish you luck and nothing but the best going forward.
Thank you very much, Kyle.